BBC Breakfast host Dan Walker, 42, and his co-star Louise Minchin, 5, were asked their thoughts about being on air the same time as Good Morning Britain every weekday morning. Dan said, "We're confident we've got a really good program, and we know that people love it and are passionate to be part of it, be in it, and to watch it." And I think that answers anything that comes from anyone else. They Good Morning Britain have gone in one direction, and we are where we've always been without shoving anything in anyone's face. And I don't think we're look at us as ever about it. We feel privileged and thankful to be in that position where people trust us in the morning," Dan continued. Louise also added, "We know lots and lots of people watch us, over 6 million every day, and that is brilliant, but we just don't need to post tweets about it." Piers later shared a snap of Dan's quotes from the Mirror newspaper in view of his 6.5 million followers on Twitter. He wrote, "Crying with laughter emojis says the guy who literally posts charts every time I remind him we're closing the breakfast TV ratings gap faster than he puts his halo on in the morning." Admiral Dan Walker. Dan then branded Piers' tweet desperate in a light-hearted reply in view of his 557 followers. He commented, "I do love a desperate bid for a retweet. I think we are due a new sofa in 225 crying with laughter emojis." Back in December, Piers took another swipe at Dan and BBC Breakfast when discussing ratings. During an episode of Good Morning Britain, the controversial host revealed the ITV show had came third in the top 10 most tweeted about programs by The Times. When Susanna encouraged him to spot a TV show that hadn't made the list, he replied, "Oh, BBC Breakfast." Hang on, is there a least talked about, least discussed program? No, I can't see it. I don't know if my old friend Dan, are you watching? You may as well, because everyone else is. Dan has been fronting the BBC Breakfast show alongside Louise since 2016. In the same interview, they opened up on their morning routine, with Dan admitting he ignored advice about managing his sleep from former host Bill Turnbull, 63. He said, "Foolishly, I've entirely ignored Mr. Turnbull. So, I sleep for about 4.5 hours for the first half of the week." Louise sleeps a lot more than me. The father of 3 added he sometimes does an all-nighter for research purposes ahead of his early morning stint. Dan took over presenting duties from Bill in 2016, who presented the show with Susanna Reid, 48, before she left for Good Morning Britain. The latter previously spoke out having to be careful with her opinions on the BBC show and credited Piers for encouraging her to be more opinionated. She told Weekend magazine, "Ultimately he's been good for the show, look at the ratings. And for me, when I was at the BBC I had to be so careful not to have opinions on things." She added, "Piers knocked that out of me, in a good way."